Hello everyone, this is Yilin Zhong Yiling. I'm the Chinese writer living in London, and you can see outside of my window it's in London right now. And the reason I record this video today is because I hide my face. It's just because I don't want to get any trouble by the Chinese government. They may come to arrest me or anything. So, but just to make sure, definitely that's me. Okay. What I'm going to want to say here is I believe the day before yesterday, on 6th of February, the death of Dr. Li Wenliang. I believe his death is definitely abnormal death, and he was killed, or in some kind of way he was delayed his treatment. Someone delayed his treatment and caused his death. And I did write a 5,000 words Chinese essay on the night when on his death. However, everyone knows the reason. It can never be released in Chinese, even in my Weibo, which was blocked already by the government, and I couldn't publish it in my Chinese blog, Sina blog as well. So what I could do is I have to release the article in my own English blog, which is I'm going to show you, but I don't know how to switch this camera. Okay, let me try this. So this is my English blog. It's yilinzhong.blogspot.com. So I wrote this article, and if you go to the website, you can say it says everything about my suspicions of his death is unusual. So what I wanted to show you is this timeline of his line. I have to, because I don't know how to switch this camera. It's the first time I use this one. So I'm going to translate everything into English to tell you why I suspected his death was caused by people. It's not naturally death. Okay, so let's go back to his timeline. On 30th of December 2019, Dr. Li sent a message in his it's like WhatsApp in English, England, or it's a Chinese WhatsApp. It's like Weibo, Weixin web chat. So Dr. Li sent a message in his web chat in a group of friends, asking all other people do not go to the seafood market anymore because we found 7 SARS patients there, and so it's quite dangerous. And the next day, on 1st of January 2020. Dr. Li was asked to go to the police station, and 2 days later, on 3rd of January, Dr. Li, while he's still working at the hospital, and he received the well-known and famous punishment letter, and he has to agree all the terms, and never express any message to any of his friends saying the SARS patients in the hospital anymore. And he signed, and he pressed his fingerprint that he will never tell anyone about what he has seen. Okay, and then 5 days later, on 8th of January, because at that time the government was still saying this virus is very safe, it wouldn't affect from people to people. That's why he didn't use any protection while he was treating the patients. So he's an eye doctor, so he treated someone who has eye problems. At that time, that female patient didn't have fever or any symptoms. However, it was affected. The next day, on 9th of January, the female patient started to have high fever, and so were her family and friends. And then on 10th of January, Dr. Li started to cough. That's according to his own Weibo. He wrote it by himself. On 11th of January, he started to have high fever. And on 12th, because he got high fever and coughing, that's quite suspicious that he got affected by the virus already. So he was sent to the ICU in his own hospital, the hospital he's working at, the Wuhan Central Hospital. Remember, he was sent to ICU on the 4th day of his infection. So that means something, okay? No matter how serious or not that serious he was at that time, he was sent to the best hospital, and it's a hospital he's working at, and he was sent into the ICU, okay? And then between 13th of January to 30th of January, there's no message leaked out because he was in the ICU and nobody can see him. But on 31st of January, according to his own Weibo, he wrote, he said, afterwards I was sent into the ICU and I have done once the virus test, but the result was never coming out. And after quite a while, I had another virus test, and this time it shows my result is negative, which means he was not affected, okay? However, he said, but I was still felt difficulty to breathe and I couldn't move at all. And then on 30th, he was living in the ICU and he couldn't even talk at that moment already, and he couldn't move, he couldn't talk. So how could he? Okay, then there's some news reporter, I don't know how they found him, and then they added him in the web chat. Then he took his first interview since then, and then he was typing in the mobile phone to reply to the journalist's question. So he was interviewed by Beijing newspaper that day. And when the journalist or the news reporter asked him about what does he think right now, he said, I don't think I'm putting any rumors. I was just trying to ask other people to be care about it. And then he said, if everyone pay attention to what I said at that time, maybe today's outbreak would not happen. It's quite long right now, so I have to put another video. Please keep on watching. I haven't finished my talking yet.